Looking to get rid of the crappy factory bypass valve on your Focus RS? This is a Turbosmart dual port blow-off valve. Yeah. What's up, friends? Rick with RallySport Direct here, and in front of me I've got the Turbosmart dual port compact blow-off valve specific for the Ford Focus RS. Got the box right here. Let's go ahead and pop this thing open and see what's inside. So of course, right on top you have a Turbosmart sticker. Thank you, Turbosmart, for including that sticker. Very cool. You've got some zippy ties for cleaning everything up during the install. You've got your installation CD, of course, a whole gang of vacuum hoses, the actual valve itself, very high quality, and the installation kit, which we'll go over in just a minute. But let's start, let's get rid of this vacuum hose because it does include more than enough. It actually should have a little bit left over. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's talk about the valve itself. So this is a direct replacement for your factory valve. And you won't realize how bad your factory valve is until you take it off. It is a joke, to be perfectly honest with you. It is a plastic little piece, it seems like it would barely be able to hold back, you know, more than a type of whisper blown at it. But for some reason, it's able to hold back the massive amounts of boost that the factory turbocharger puts out. But it looks like it's going to fail. But this piece is virtually bomb-proof. This can handle more boost than you could possibly throw at it. It does come with O-rings pre-installed, which makes it nice. Now this is the factory bolt pattern, so you literally just remove the factory valve, throw this one on, and you are good to go. And of course, you have to hook up your vacuum lines. It is preset right out of the box for factory vacuum level, so you shouldn't have to mess with this too much, but you can always test it once it's installed. Now it is directional. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Let's do the top camera here, but you can see this little relief right there. Just make sure when you're installing it, and you'll know because it won't be able to go on, but it should make the install easier to know that that little relief is there and you need to line it up on the factory turbocharger. Other than that, being that it's a dual port valve, this is a quote-unquote 50-50 valve, but kind of not really, right? So under most low boost circumstances, it's going to vent 100% back to the intake, and that's exactly what you want. But under high boost, the secondary port will open and you'll get that vent to atmosphere and that classic blow-off valve sound that everybody wants. And so it should not affect your drivability in any way, shape, or form. It'll run just like stock, but you'll be able to handle more boost and it will vent boost more quickly and better. And this is going to prolong the life of the turbo, give you cooler sounds, and really is just a nice upgrade over the factory valve, because the factory valve is a joke and you almost have to take it off to believe it. But let's get into this piece right here, because you might be wondering, wow, Rick, that's really fancy. What does that do? Well, Ford and all their geniusness is they don't give us any options to hook up a vacuum or boost source. So Turbosmart, I like to think because of me, it made this piece. I actually reached out to Turbosmart a long time ago and said, hey, it'd be cool if you guys made something when I was installing, I can't remember, something on a Fiesta ST. But I like to think it was me, but probably not. But they made this piece that plumbs directly into your, I believe it's like the factory PCV connection, but it allows you to hook up to 3 different boost or vacuum sources. Now, of course, they do include the nipples and the, what would you call it, little plugs here if you don't want to hook up other additional boost sources. But this makes for a very clean installation, and one of these actually goes back to the factory PCV system. So I guess you have 2 boost sources, but you could always tee off if you wanted to. So essentially this is just a boost or vacuum block, if you want to think of it that way. But it does include everything under the sun you're going to need to install. You even have options for the actual nipple on top of here. If you want a 90-degree nipple, you can go with that, or if you want the straight nipple, you can go with that. I always just hook it up with the straight nipple, never had a problem with it. Installation on these is not too bad. I would say this is the hardest thing. Make sure you pre-oil in there, and that'll help it slip on, but it's just tight. Underneath that intake manifold, everything's nice and tight, and it's difficult to get to, but once you get that installed, everything else should go on smoothly. This actual valve itself is super, super simple. But just a very good kit all around. Turbosmart, of course, makes some of the best products on the market. They really are just phenomenal. Everything they make is overbuilt, you know, completely overrated for what it needs to do. It's like, oh, this needs to hold back 30 PSI boost. Yeah, let's make it hold back 100 just in case. You never know. So Turbosmart makes awesome products, but definitely if you've got a Ford Focus RS and you're looking to upgrade your factory valve, which I highly recommend, definitely check this one out. It's well worth its weight in gold. Well, anodized awesome aluminum and engineering. But check it out. That's all the time we've got for you today. Thanks for checking out what's in the box. We will see you guys the next time.